Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Back again with yet another deck. Well, yeah, I am. Over here in the UK, depending when you're watching this, because this goes up at midnight on the 5th of November. So if you're watching it stateside, it may be sort of like still the 4th of November. So maybe a little bit irrelevant. But if you're watching it the other side of the channel to me, over into Europe, yeah, welcome to the 5th of November. It's the day here in the UK that we celebrate this guy, Guy Fawkes. Tried to blow up the House of Parliament because he didn't agree with the King's plans, and non-combat damage. There was no army, he just literally stacked a whole load of barrels of gunpowder under one of the chambers in the Houses of Parliament. Him and his conspirators got caught and then they got executed. But yeah, it's really because he was really involved in non-combat damage, and today's legend from Foundations really does epitomise that. So it is the one and only new version of Niv-Mizzet Visionary. 4 blue and red for a 5/5 legendary creature dragon wizard. I love the fact they've still kept to the 6 mana casting cost for Niv-Mizzet. That really has cheered me up in the blue-red version. Obviously there was a 5 colour version out there, I'm aware of that, but the blue-red version is still 6 mana, which I think is a lovely little link. Flying, you have no maximum hand size. Okay, and whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. Yeah, we like non-combat damage in Izzet decks, don't we? That's quite what Izzet decks run off. So yeah, had to go down that route with this day, and this is what this deck looks like from Foundations. And sorry about the history lesson if you don't like Guy Fawkes. Obviously what we need to be doing is casting instants and sorceries with Niv-Mizzet to trigger some of the creatures that deal damage because of non-combat stuff, so we've got to make it a little bit easy. So Baral makes an appearance, unsurprisingly, and then Coruscation Mage, I think that's how you say it, from Bloomburrow. Hopefully we do the Offspring, because whenever we cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent, and whenever a source deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you may draw that many cards. So this will do 1 to each opponent, so you'll draw 3 for this, and then if you manage to Offspring it, you'll be drawing 6, just when you've got no maximum hand size, isn't it? Firebrand Archer also makes an appearance, do the same thing. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Goblin Electromancer's here to cut the cost down. Keswick Firebreather comes in to do more damage to each opponent. Razorkin Needlehead, whenever an opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to them. So that's a source, so we get to draw a card when they draw cards, so they could kill themselves by drawing. Yeah, okay. Stormcatch Mentor is also here to cut the cost of our instants and sorceries down. This one I like, it's got haste and prowess, so this is a real upgrade on Goblin Electromancer when you look at it from that point of view. So hopefully we'll see more along the Stormcatch Mentor parade later on in future sets. Thermocast Alchemist is here to deal a little damage to everybody, then do the whole untapping. Young Pyromancer is here to get the elementals out. So if we need to go down the attack route instead of the non-combat damage routes, we're getting low in our library, we have a way around it. Cunning Spark Mage, 1 damage to things. Garrison Starn Kellamorth, one of the Tyranids, makes an appearance. War 2, whenever you deal exactly 1 damage to a permanent or player, Garrison Starn deals 2 damage to that permanent or player. Doubling up damage is dangerous in this game, I'll be honest. Gutter Snipe obviously had to be here as well. For instance, the sorcery's doing some damage in. Unruly Catapult deals 1 damage and then gets to be untapped when we need to cast an instant or sorcery. Valdrick's here to cut the cost of the instants and sorceries down. Johan, Apprentice Sorcerer, lets us just play stuff off the top of our library if we need to. Maniform Hellkite gives us a legendary creature. No, it doesn't. It gives us illusionary XX Dragon creature tokens to attack with when we cast on non-creature spells. Oja Axon Deepest Might means that we're always going to be doing 4 no matter how little we do once it's in play. Solfim will, non-combat damage will double it. Tallfold will ensure the excess damage goes to an additional target. And Twin Flame Tyrant also from Foundations, doubles damage instead. We really have to be careful with the amount of cards we're drawing, by the way, just so we're clear. Chandra's Incinerator lets us do whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent. Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker, so it really combos really nicely. And we can get it down for 1 red mana if we deal a lot of non-combat damage in 1 turn. And then, because it's Niv-Mizzet Visionary, he'd know about his old friends, his Draco Genius version, his Perun friend, and the Firemind. Yeah. All of these, if they come out, will win you the game, basically. Yeah. And then to find it off, because I fancy a little bit for him, Everus Roar of the Storm comes in. 2 less to cast for each different mana value amongst instant sorceries in our graveyard. Flying Prowess, and then when we cast our second spell each turn, we get a 4/4 red dragon elemental creature token with flying and Prowess. Yeah, okay, I'll play with this. Haven't played with it for a while, so it makes an appearance today. Beyond that, Planeswalkers. Chandra, Pyromancer, chuck around that 1 damage to a player, and then 1 damage to up to 1 target creature they control. That's nice. And then Ral, Storm Conduit, just basically comes into play with Niv-Mizzet in play. Means you're always going to draw something every turn. We do have 22 spells in the deck, which will hopefully be enough. So we've got Wheel of Fate, we have got Brainstorm, we've got Opt, Ponder, Preordain, Serum Vision, Strike at Rich for a little bit of ramping, Vandal Blast, Counterspell, Curate, because I quite like Curate to go with Deliberate as well, you know. Same card, 1 Surveils, 1 Scry, so yep, we'll go with that. Cyclonic Rift to control the board, Mana Drain to go alongside Counterspell for a little bit of control, Brain Surge to draw 4, then put 2 on top of our library of the things we need to hide at instant speed due to, I don't know, duress, discard, so on and so forth. Days Undoing makes an appearance to shuffle everything back in and draw 7. Electrolyze, I had to have the traditional Izzet card in the deck, sorry, alongside Jessica's Will, because I like this in any red deck where I have a red commander. Prismari Command is here purely to do 2 damage to something and then give us a treasure token. No other reason to have it in the deck. Chain Reaction and Blasphemous Act for a bit more board control, and then Time Spiral to shuffle everything back in and up tap 6 lands and draw 7 new ones, and then if we really need to, Mizzet's Mastery. If we haven't got Niv-Mizzet in play, it's not a problem, by the way. And we'll just do this and hopefully win that way. Artifacts, we have a few. Elixir of Immortality, just enough way to shuffle everything back in. Then we have Ramp with Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Ruby Medallion, Sapphire Medallion, Sky Diamond, Talisman of Creativity, Thought Vessel, and very, very technically Pyromancer's Goggles, but this is here just so we can copy some of our red instants or sorcery spells as we go along. Yes, that's what it's here for. 4 enchantments in the deck as well. Artist's Talent does the whole, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card if you do draw. Then if we get to level 2, non-creature spells cost 1 less, and then level 3, if a source you would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or a permanent opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2. Just another way of ramping up the damage nowadays. Impact Tremors is in. We've got a few creatures. There's not many. Well, one of my decks, there's 25, there probably is quite a few. But yeah, that's damage we can chuck around, get some card draw if we've got Niv-Mizzet in play. Mechanised Warfare does the whole of a red or artifact source would control. You control will deal damage to an opponent or permanent that opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1. And then Teferi's Aegis Insight comes in for a little bit of extra card draw. Now I know there are going to be some people out there going, well, you haven't played City on Fire, you haven't played Fiery Emancipation. I'm very aware of that. I've avoided them in this deck purely because I was a bit concerned about the amount of damage they would deal. Niv-Mizzet making us draw the cards. It's not a May effect. We have to draw the cards when Niv-Mizzet Visionary is in play, and I was very concerned about decking ourselves, hence why they aren't here today. Sorry about that, but yeah. If you want to take out, say, Thought Vessel and risk playing them, feel free. I've got Reliquary Tower as well. It's going to be a bit hard to play them because you're always going to have no maximum hand size with Niv-Mizzet, so bear that in mind. But if you want to take them out and play it, you can do. Anyway, enough about talking about extra enchantments. Lands. Yeah, Besieger, who shells us all to make sure we cast our instants and sorceries when we need to, and then blue-red lands all the way through. Nothing particularly fancy in the deck that you won't have seen before. See, Relic of Taurus here, Temple of the False Gods here. Like I said, nothing you wouldn't have seen before. 4 islands, 6 mountains, everything else is blue and red as far as possible, and that's it. I'm very aware this video is shorter than yesterday's one, but Niv-Mizzet is just, everyone knows what Niv-Mizzet's going to do. It really is quite simple. However, as I say, Foundations is still being spoiled as I'm recording this video. If anything turns up and I miss it, let me know, especially if it's blue or red and you think it should go in the Niv-Mizzet deck. Let me know in the comments down below. Or leave me a comment and let me know if you think I should have been playing more of the enchantments to deal the extra damage. I suspect a lot of you will think I should be. But anyway, that's where I'm going with this deck at the moment. Anything you think I've missed, obviously let me know. Hit the subscribe button if you can. 539 if you already had, which I am greatly appreciative of, but more is more, and that would be nice. If you want to see me play this deck when Foundations hit MTGO, there's also a link down below to my Twitch page. Come and give me a follow over there, you'll see where I'll go live, and I'll be playing some of the decks that have come out on the YouTube channel over the last couple of weeks soon. But that's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow with maybe another Foundations creature or just something else. I haven't quite decided yet. But for now, take care, and I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.